I have not been paying attention to Coinbase stock, and that could be a mistake going forward from here. And I will tell you why I think that is in this video. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. And my friends, do you know how much a pirate pays for corn? It's about $1 an ear. We have big news about Coinbase in the markets this morning, so I think that's worth taking a look at, and I want to pull up their charts and do a little bit of technical analysis for you and talk about where that could possibly take us in the future from here for Coinbase. Also along the lines of value and service, down in the description of this video, you'll find a link for Moomoo, and I will tell you later how you can get up to 16 free stocks using my link that's down in the description. It allows me to keep coming back and bring you all the news and opportunities that I can find in the market that I think are really going to help us continue to fill out our portfolios and lead us into financial freedom. Down in the description is also the link for the Patreon where you can find my exclusive content, including my NVIDIA stock price prediction. And I just recorded this morning my update on NVIDIA earnings coming up. So I think that's very much worthwhile. Now let's get right into Coinbase. So we get an update this morning. Coinbase wins approval to offer crypto futures trading in the US. So if we go, there we go. So this is the updated article that we have. Coinbase Global said on Wednesday, that's today as we're recording this video, secured approval to offer cryptocurrency futures to U.S. retail customers. And just so you know, it's that trading activity is where Coinbase gets the bulk of its revenue from retail. So bringing that trading in there is going to be something that can possibly really fill out not only their top lines, but their bottom lines. And they've had a really tough go of it recently. So they tell us about how they got the approval. There we go, and about the shares climbing in the pre-market, and this is important that we did stutter out in the pre-market around 83.52. We'll bring that up in the technicals when we go to talk about it. So the National Futures Association gave them approval, and then also the Commodity Futures Trading Commission also gave them approval, this critical milestone that reaffirms our commitment to operate a regulated and compliant business, and that's good that they bring that up, and that has been their theme all along. And this is one of the mitigating factors that we see is that they're taking on the SEC, and the SEC and crypto right now aren't jiving too well together, and that is definitely a headwind and a concern for Coinbase. And so it is a stock that has been beaten up over time. There's a lot of uncertainty about its future, which starts to make it intriguing because I think they really do have a good business on their hands, and they're figuring out ways to really turn that into profitability and really growth over time. And while they may not have had that figured out, the fact that they do continue to improve really not only starts to make the stock intriguing over the long term, not necessarily investable, that's up to you, depending on what you want to do, your situation, the future that you see for Coinbase, but also in near-term trading. I think that we are at a really interesting time, and that's why I wanted to make a video about it and bring it to all of you. So let me bring up Coinbase on here. And we'll collapse that news so we can see the chart a little bit better. And look at this thing. Let me zoom out so you can see what we have. Now this thing, when the market was hot, this thing was expected to go up. Well, I think there was a stock price prediction out there at one point in time. One of the analysts had it at like $600 per share. We topped out when this thing first hit the markets when it IPO'd at almost $430 per share. Sold off considerably, and it had some wild times from there, leading us into the highest time for speculative investments, which was November of 2021. And then we sold off significantly there through 2022. And now we're in a consolidation phase, and it is possible that we start to see that accumulation phase come in. The volumes are starting to pick up a little bit through here. You can actually see the trading volume start to pick up for us, and we have crossed back over the 200-day, which has gone flat for us. The 50-day kind of dancing around. For sideways markets, those crisscrosses are a little bit different when we talk about death crosses or golden crosses, but we had a very, very good run for Coinbase, and their earnings leading up to them, not great, and then still not great after that, and that kind of trails off with the markets as well. However, check out that 50-day that we ended up finding support on. And then today we have, even though it's a red candle, we're still up about 3% from yesterday's close. So I think that really starts to make it intriguing to look at this, because if we can break up above 84, as a matter of fact, I think 85 is a little bit more comfortable, then we could actually start to see this thing take some upward pressure on that. Now, we do also have to worry about macroeconomic conditions. We also have to look at market bias. And if the markets do really well, especially where the NASDAQ is concerned, we could see Coinbase also do very well as long as people stay risk on. Should we go risk off, Coinbase being tied so closely to crypto and dealing so tightly with crypto, this is something that could also sell off. But in the meantime, should we bounce up off that 50-day? Should we have that support hold and we're able to break up above $85, I would say, as an entry. We actually are clear to run up to, well, $100 for a psychological resist. That's right about there. And you can see before that we actually started out there before. And if we can get past that, then it goes up to about $110 per share. So that's the upside of things. So an entry above 85 take us up to 100. And so we're between 15 and 20% gain looking at that. Now, looking on the downside of things, that this news is a one-off, market bias against us, we could drop down from that down to, looks like about $76 per share. And the next line after that, $72 per share. And so that 76, that $9 down for $15 up. That's slightly under that 2-to-1 that I would be looking for. So really, momentum will go a long way into this. As far as the RSI that we have here, inflecting up just a little bit, but not significantly so. We still are in bearish territory. Watching for this to cross 50 on the RSI will definitely be helpful. And when we look over this, you can see momentum during sideways trading is just an odd thing to look at. It's better when you can look at it strongly trending areas. So you see here where we're down below during this drop off that we mostly stayed below 50. And that would go with the bearish trend that we have. And that only at a few times after that, there we started peekabooing, but then went sideways a little bit and then dropped a little more and then went bearish. So if we start to see this, and we are more and more breaking up above that 50 days. So if we go back here, this takes us all the way back to January where the market ran up, but Coinbase did not. It did not join the party, and that's significant. At some point in time, it could have that time that it does it, and I think getting into that futures trading could be the thing that really starts gaining us traction for Coinbase. So 85 as an entry, up to 100 would be, or just below 100 for that exit. And then if you're really a risk-on sort of person, then up above that $100. And none of this is financial advice, just ideas for things that I see here. Take a look at what you think and do your own research. Is it going to have momentum from here? Is it going to hold its 50-day? Those are all things very much worth considering when we look at this. So for something that's far less risky, you should consider the Moomoo app by signing up for the trading. It's the trading platform that I use here. Signing up using my link down in the description gets you up to 16 free stocks. Here's what you do. After that sign up using my link, $100 deposit, $1,000 deposit, $5,000 deposit. That $100 deposit gets you 5 free stocks. Every tier gets you a $50 cash reward. For the $1,000 and $5,000 tiers, you get 15 free stocks. The $5,000 tier also includes a guaranteed share of Tesla or Google stock as well. So take advantage of that offer, because that is one of the lowest risk ways that you're going to be able to have some pretty much free returns coming into your portfolio pretty much instantaneously. And so why not take advantage of that? And if you guys do like my commentary and would like to hear more of it, get access to my NVIDIA stock price prediction, my NVIDIA earnings forecast. Their earnings, by the way, are August the 23rd after the market closes. Also, my watch list of stocks, to which I've added Coinbase, by the way, that is available through the Patreon as well, using that link down in the description for the Patreon. Click sign up, and I just did the recording this morning for that update on NVIDIA earnings. I also have my Tesla stock price predictions that I put over there, and also my research for my CPI. You get access to all that and also be a member of my private Discord community. Come on over. We'd absolutely love to have you there. Really get that conversation hopping, bring in those multiple perspectives so we can work together to find the best way forward financially and also take advantage of the opportunities as we find them in the markets. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you in the next video.